What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. This is nostalgic. We haven't done one of these at the channel in quite some time, but to be fair, there hasn't been an Avengers movie in quite some time either. Today we have a brand new anonymous post to Reddit with a huge plot reveal and details for the upcoming Avengers Kang Dynasty. And as I just mentioned, well, it's been a minute since we've done one of these. We're going to do them the normal way. We'll read through it in full, annotate it, and contextualize it where we can. We'll also actively look to debunk anything if it doesn't quite line up with rumors and reports from industry insiders. We'll also issue the normal spoiler warning, which is just a reminder on how to treat anonymous posts like this. We're breaking it all down, the latest plot reveal for Avengers Kang Dynasty. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff there. Okay, so the normal spoiler warning, which is really just a reminder to take everything that doesn't come officially from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt. There are industry insider reports with track records at this point over the last 3 or 4 years. We give them a lot more reverence than these anonymous posts to 4chan and Reddit. While most of the time they're just for entertainment and don't end up becoming true, it's only because occasionally one of these anonymous posts gets it right on the money. That's why we even cover them or give them any reverence in the first place. Only you know if you're susceptible to letting this kind of thing ruin your Marvel experience. If you are, no worries. Now's the time to back out. If not, let's dive right in. It starts by saying the team is led by Captain America, Loki, Sylvie, Ant-Man, and the Wasp all take on leading roles due to their experience with Kang. Brie Larson will be in it as Captain Marvel alongside Wonder Man and Shang-Chi. Both Kate and Clint are there. Clint comes out of retirement after Kate urges him to. Spider-Man is there with Daredevil alongside Doctor Strange and Klee, who discover Kang on their journey to stop an incursion. Miss Marvel is in it. Her bangle and Shang-Chi's rings come from the same place, the old multiversal war, and Kang is fighting to get them back. Thor is here as well. She-Hulk is in it, but the World War Hulk stuff hasn't happened yet, and Hulk is off elsewhere, so Hulk is not in this movie. Shuri's Black Panther plays a key role, and while Moon Knight will return to fight against the Rama Tut variant of Kang alongside Blade, Wanda, and Jack, Rhodey will team up with Ironheart and Pepper to fight against the Harley Keener variant of Kang after his first appearance in Ironheart. Reed Richards will also appear. He will get his help sought by Strange after wanting to assemble his own Illuminati, knowing that he was in the original 838s that he encountered during Multiverse of Madness. Captain Marvel, Captain America, Deadpool, Loki, and Ant-Man are approached due to being on 838's team after having past experience with the multiverse. Nova will also make his appearance after a special presentation, but it's just a small cameo. They go on to say that the plot is Doctor Strange and Klee trying to stop the incursion mentioned at the end of Multiverse of Madness, but end up stumbling into a universe with Kang in the same universe that the bangle and the rings are from. Strange and Klee escape back to 616 to try to assemble a multiverse protection team: Carol, Sam, Deadpool, Loki, Reed, and Scott. Kang is able to trace them back to 616. They assemble the Illuminati and try to protect Shang-Chi and Kamala. Sam decides to assemble an Avengers team. Scott goes with him to get Hope. Ant-Man goes to get those of the original Avengers who are still around but finds Clint in retirement. He offers up Kate. She goes instead. Thor is also found and decides to join. At this point, the multiverse will shatter, and that's when you'll find the Illuminati deciding to help by sending out a signal. Kang will search for all his variants, hence the name Kang Dynasty, and discover Harley, who is training as Iron Lad alongside Rhodey and Riri. Peter goes to find them and under Sam's request does, but Harley turns on them and they have to escape. They decide to let Shang-Chi and Kamala out to fight, and Kamala is taken by Harley and Kang. Then we see Jen in court when Matt approaches and says she's needed for a bigger fight to help get Kamala back. At this point, Richard Rider is actually seeking out the Avengers in order to help. He also goes on to say that right before this, there's a Midnight Suns project that will set up Rama Tut as the variant of Kang alongside Blade, Moon Knight, Wanda, and Jack. He's leaving Elsa off the team, and I don't know why. A Young Avengers project is also before this, but Sam forbids Kate and Kamala from getting the other kids, teens, and very young adults involved unless absolutely needed. The Eternals are apparently not in the film, and it's tracking to be about 3 hours long. Now, for me, some of the most outrageous claims inside this whole plot reveal is that Pepper would be back. I would think at this point her involvement with the MCU would have come to a close. But it's also heavily rumored, and from several industry insiders, that we could get a Morgan Stark cameo in a very important role sometime at the future of the MCU, and I assume that's gotta be Armor Wars and see how we get an AI Tony Stark or hologram back. But where there's Morgan Stark, there could easily be Pepper Potts, and I'm sure Marvel has enough money and there's enough point of interest there to bring Gwyneth Paltrow back, at least for a cameo. Maybe not fully suited up as Rescue as the spot reveal insinuates, but definitely back as an Infinity Saga character and for continuity's sake cameo when it makes sense for the narrative. Now, as far as the rest of this, it really just feels like they dumped all the characters that have been introduced so far in the MCU, and there isn't really too much revealed at all as far as what could happen with the plot. I could understand there being a point of contention between the 10 Rings of Power of Shang-Chi and the Bracelet of Kamala Khan. We've already seen that a little bit in the first trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the identical nature of the rings that we saw around Kang's base, and obviously the 10 Rings of Power is undeniable. It was pointed out by almost every content creator. Kamala's bracelet and her power will be addressed in the upcoming Marvels. We have a full breakdown of the trailer that was shown at D23 still up at the channel. I'll link that at the end of this. But one of the other things I could see being true about this in some context is that perhaps Marvel Studios does not address the post-credit scene for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, simply that there's not time, there's not a story to tell that, there's not a Doctor Strange 3 on the docket. So it could be that that event is something that they set up at the end of Multiverse of Madness to cascade into Kang. That's when we'll see that event take place, as Clea and Doctor Strange are somewhere in the multiverse and intercept Kang. But all in all, not too much spoiled during this plot leak. What I will mention though, as again we are still 2.5 years from the release of Avengers Kang Dynasty, is even if we get closer to and details start to come out via the industry insiders that we trust, the ones that have a track record, Marvel is pretty much on record as historically being horrible with the amount of reshoots they do, and or having CGI artists have to recut these scenes and really close to, meaning there's a really good chance that even if some details come out about a script that's in some sort of form of finalization, by the time they end up getting to rewriting, reshooting, doing that, there's going to be so much changed about the film that anything is subject to change, and even if the details are right at some point in time. So while we continue to cover these here at the channel over the next year or two, just keep that in mind. Most of them are fan fiction, and even the ones that could be right might not be right by the time that we end up getting them. Even Kevin Feige has a quote about this said rumor mill, saying the fun thing about rumors is there are so many of them out there, you never know which ones are right or not. You just have to keep an open mind about it all. Treat them as entertainment. That's what we do here at the channel. That's what we'll continue to do. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Leave a comment down below on the channel to share your opinion, but also to be entered to win a PlayStation 5, which we are giving away at the 1 million subscriber mark and are headlong into. All you have to do, be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, never in comments. So if you ever do get a spam comment from a scammer on my channel or any others, stay vigilant. Remember, no YouTuber will ever ask you for shipping, no YouTuber will announce you a winner via the comments, and they never have a check mark because they're not a verified account. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places: Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes under the name AllFires. I sincerely appreciate you hit the like button if you liked today's video. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.